In my early 20s, I used to be super concerned with what people thought about me. Like, it was to a point where even like what I'd post online, I was overthinking everything I was posting. I only wanted to post stuff that everybody would agree with, that everybody would like. I was just always scared of saying the wrong things. And I also think I just really worried about how I was perceived with people in real life, right? Like, obviously, I think it's very normal and natural to want people that we know, like our friends, family, to understand us, to support us, to kind of understand like what we want out of life and our vision out of life. But I've started to realize at a certain point that like sometimes when I'm trying to get people to understand me too much, it ends up overexerting my energy to a point where like I'm taking away from me doing the things that I actually need to do to be successful. I think especially as women, we tend to kind of do this a little bit more. I think we're just conditioned to care a lot about what other people think about us, whether that be men, friends, family, people online, right? It's just very normal to want to be understood, to want to be liked, to want people to vibe with us, fuck with us. And I think that when you live your life in a way where you free yourself from this need to be understood or to be liked or to be loved or whatever, you start to genuinely embody who it is that you are at your core more, and you will be a million times happier, in my opinion, right? So I want to talk about how I've kind of made this mindset shift recently. Again, I'm still, I'm in my late 20s. I think life is a journey of learning to love yourself more. So I think this is a very much an ongoing journey. I don't think that I've fully embodied this, but I've definitely gotten better about not caring so much about being understood. I think you first need to really catch what areas in your life this is showing up in. So like if you tend to care a lot about what men think about you, right? This can often, without you even realizing it, this can often bleed into other areas of your life. So like if you care a lot about what men think about you, you may actually also care a lot about what women think about you. You may also care a lot about what people online think about you. When you post a picture and it doesn't get as many likes as you thought, you're going to be overthinking it. Like I think in any area of your life where you find yourself really worried about how other people perceive you, it tends to bleed into other areas of your life. And I just think it's really important to catch yourself whenever you are experiencing it, so you can understand what areas of your life do you not feel the most comfortable being yourself. Because really and truly, this need to be understood oftentimes comes from some sort of insecurity that we maybe are aware of, maybe we're not. But oftentimes when we're not fully secure with ourselves, we tend to want other people to accept us. So journaling can really help you with this, maybe therapy if you prefer to like talk to somebody, but just really doing that inner work to understand what are areas of your life or what are aspects of yourself where you don't feel 100% confident, you don't feel 100% comfortable, because we all have our things, but I just think you need to know what those things are and where do they stem from, and also understand like what story have you been telling yourself that is feeding into whatever insecurity exists within you. All have these stories that we tend to repeat subconsciously that makes us act how we act. Like, how do you speak to yourself, right? Take a look at that and understand what are these stories that you're telling yourself, again, about your appearance, about who it is that you are, your identity overall as a whole. And then from there, you can really say, okay, maybe like for me, for example, again, I told you guys, like I really struggled with being myself. There was a point where I was really overthinking my content. There was also a point where I was really concerned with what men thought about me. And like I would like go on dates or like I would hang out with a man and I just would not be, and I still kind of, it's normal to go like on a date and not be fully yourself, right? But like I would literally be hanging out with a man sometimes and I would just be overthinking every little thing I was doing to a point where I'm like, this is not even fun. Like it's not comfortable. I'm not even enjoying the experience or being present in the experience. All I'm thinking about is how does this guy perceive me? Sometimes we want to blame external, like we want to blame other people. We want to blame social media. We want to blame society. We want to blame men. We want to blame women. We want to blame something else for the fact that we don't feel comfortable showing up as ourselves. But oftentimes that feeling of you not being comfortable being yourself, usually that feeling is coming from within. Usually nobody is judging you as much as you are judging yourself. I've said this before. And there's a Tame Impala song that I love that talks about this. We think like sometimes people will say, oh, Instagram sucks now. It's so like everybody's weird on there. It's a weird energy, whatever. But it's like, bro, if you really are comfortable enough with yourself, you can post on Instagram and go on with your day and have a grand old time and still enjoy Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, like, how other people choose to react to you being yourself, even like in person. Really, truly, if you are comfortable with yourself, it shouldn't matter how other people are reacting to you. You should be comfortable being yourself regardless of how people choose to act, because that's just them, right? People are going to be people. People are going to act how they want to act. That really has nothing to do with you. So I think sometimes you just have to show up in rooms or show up online or show up in whatever space you want to show up as you are, and let people choose how they want to act in response to that. How other people choose to perceive you is not your problem. Don't let that affect who you are. Figure out how you can do that inner work so that you're comfortable enough with yourself, no matter where you are, no matter who you're interacting with. I think ultimately there needs to just be a commitment to coming back to yourself, no matter what's going on in the outside world. And sometimes we don't even fully know who that is. Like, I think sometimes we don't even fully know who we are. Like, I just feel like there's so many influences. And if you're on social media a lot, if you're always hanging out with people, if you're not really spending time with yourself and going within, it can be easy to get lost in other people and how other people perceive us, right? So really take some time. I think it's important, at least, to take some time to yourself. Spend time by yourself. Do things with yourself, engage in hobbies, take yourself out on like solo dates. I think that's a really great way to get to know yourself and just really discover who it is that you are when other people are not watching, as corny as that sounds. I think that will really help you be more comfortable showing up as you are when you are around other people. There's a book that talks about this. It's called The Untethered Soul, where sometimes we abandon ourselves in order to make people accept us. We're alone. There's like a version of us that's probably, like, for me at least, I'm probably the most myself when I'm by myself, right? Like, I'll talk to myself, I'll dance, I'll make myself laugh. And naturally, when other people are around, this is so normal. We're just human beings. We do this. I kind of like adjust my behavior a little bit to just match my environment. So like naturally, I code switch a little bit. I might change, I dial down my energy if I'm in a certain type of room. Being able to adapt to your environment is a sign of emotional intelligence. There's nothing wrong with changing yourself a little bit, depending on where, like, what room you're in, who you're talking to. But sometimes we take it too far and we abandon ourselves. We change our personality. We try too hard to be liked. We want to be understood, so we don't fully allow ourselves to be ourselves with people. And I think you have to understand when you've reached that point. People appreciate you and like you so much more. And I think the best, like the coolest people, at least in my opinion, like socially, right, are the people who are not overthinking how they're being perceived, because they allow themselves to be them. And they allow you to be you. It takes a lot of energy to worry about being liked and to worry about how you're being perceived. And so when you can save that energy and use it to actually just be you and show up as you are, I just think it makes you 10 times cooler. I just think it makes you 10 times more fun to be around. And again, it makes life more enjoyable for you because you're actually being present when you are expressing yourself. And also, and lastly, I'll say this, when you are being yourself, it makes it easier to attract people who you actually feel aligned to, right? Because when you think about it, when you're always trying to be liked, you're trying to appease to everybody. And I feel like in the long run, that always ends up backfiring because you can't please everyone. Eventually, as people get to know you, as you kind of, as people see you and understand you and get to know you more, they start to see who you are. You can never fully hide yourself, right? And so when you can be comfortable just being yourself right away, it's going to make it easier to find the people who actually resonate and vibe with you. It kind of helps. It's like a filtration system. It helps you filter out the people who do not fit, because not everybody's meant to be in your life. Not everybody's going to fully understand you and get you. And I think when you can accept that, it makes it easier to navigate life, because you can say, okay, I can just be me. Like, I don't need to have everybody like me. I don't need to be understood by everybody. When I am just being myself, when I'm showing up and I'm being authentic, there are going to be people who understand with me and who get me and who vibe with me. And that's okay if it's not everybody. It's better if it's not everybody, right? You don't want to be liked and loved by everyone. And that's in dating, friendships, online, if you're posting content in every area of your life, it's better to Be you and let the people who genuinely fuck with you and your energy and who you are, let those people be a part of your tribe or community or whatever you want to call it. So moral of the story, focus on being you. If you ever have an area of your life or just certain times, periods of your life where you don't feel comfortable being yourself, just know, first of all, it's normal. It's so, like, we all go through these periods and these like seasons in life. Maybe we have to adjust. Maybe we're changing. Maybe we're transitioning into a new version of ourselves. Sometimes you have to really take the time to get to know yourself and really understand who it is that you are before you can be comfortable being yourself around other people. But once you do get to a point where you really know who you are, you really want to attract people in your life who actually align to you. Don't overthink how you're being perceived. Don't overthink about being understood. Instead, focus your energy on how you can authentically express yourself. And I promise you, when you put your energy into that, you'll be way happier. You'll be way more at peace. You'll actually attract the people in your life who are meant to be in your life. Again, just remember, it's not your job to be understood. It's your job to be you. Hopefully this made some sense, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonated at all. I'm like losing my voice. I don't know what's going on, but I just feel like I can't like make really long videos anymore because I just cannot talk after a while. Like my voice is going away. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next one.